Qingyang City. The entrance of Huading Building. Lin Yun stood at the door with a smile, holding 2 movie tickets in his hand. At this time, a man and a woman walked out of the building. The man was wearing a suit, a wristband, and a Vacheron Constantin watch. The woman was wearing a BMW key around his waist. The woman was a very good figure and good looks. The two were talking and laughing. Fei. After Lin Yun saw the girl, he greeted her with a smile. When the woman saw Lin Yun, her face suddenly changed. Why did you come here? Didn't I say, don't come to my company? How ashamed to let my colleagues see you. Fei looked very unhappy. Fei, today is the 2nd anniversary of our love. I bought a movie ticket and want to give you a surprise. Lin Yun smiled and handed the movie ticket to Lin Yun. The man in the suit frowned. In love? Fei, didn't you say you have no boyfriend? Wu Xiao, Fei was speechless. The man in the suit cast his gaze on Lin Yun again, looked up and down Lin Yun, and then showed a disdainful smile. Fei, what vision do you have for finding such a bunny as a boyfriend? Look at his clothes. Let's be a poor boy. Fei's face changed, and she felt that Lin Yun was embarrassing her. Lin Yun's expression changed slightly when he heard the sarcasm in the man in the suit, but he did not refute the man in the suit, but reached out to Rafify. Fei, let's go. Where are you going? Fei pushed Lin Yun's hand away. Wu Xiao is right. You are a poor boy. Have you bought me the cell phone and bag that I like? Have you bought it? Even to watch a movie, you have to wait until the anniversary. What gives me happiness? Fei's tone was firm and sharp. Fei, although I am poor now, but I will work hard. Lin Yun gritted his teeth. Effort? Haha, what a big joke. Your family is so poor. You have no money, no power, and no background. You just work hard for a lifetime, and you can't compare to Mr. Wu's hair. Fei sneered. Boy, you are not worthy of shoes for me. Wu Xiao, the man in the suit, also sneered. Lin Yun, I wanted to tell you a long time ago, you are not worthy of me. Today I will tell you clearly, I will break up with you now. Fei said firmly. Immediately afterwards, Fei turned her head to look at Mr. Wu. Mei smiled and said, Wu Xiao, let's go. After all, Fei took the initiative to hold Wu Xiao. Wu Xiao looked at Lin Yun with a disdainful smile. Poor boy is not worthy of love, understand? After speaking, Wu Xiao pulled Fei forward and entered a BMW car not far away. Seeing Fei's back, Lin Yun's heart was stunned. Grief, anger, unwillingness, but helpless. Just because I am poor, 2 years of love ended like this? Lin Yun lowered his head and squeezed his fists tightly with both hands. His nails were sinking into the palms, so that blood flowed out. Lin Yun and Fei met in high school. When they graduated from high school, the two confirmed their relationship. At that time, Fei was still very simple. After graduation, Lin Yun was admitted to the local university, but Fei failed to get into the university she wanted, and then entered the workplace. Since then, Fei's whole person has gradually changed, becoming a reality and worshipping money. Lin Yun did not chase Fei, nor did he try to keep him, because he was a poor boy. What capital did he have to fight with that Wu Xiao? And Lin Yun also saw through Fei. To be honest, over the years, because of her poor family, Lin Yun didn't know how many eyes, or how much wronged and unfair treatment he suffered. Fei, you look down on me today, and in the future I will surely make you uphill. Lin Yun's eyes shone sharply. And Wu Xiao, if I win someday, I will want you to look good. Shantytown in Qingyang City. Those who live here are basically the poor in this society, and Lin Yun's home is also here. On the way home, Lin Yun has been thinking about making money, but he has no clue. He is just a student in an ordinary undergraduate college, and his family is poor. It is difficult to make a lot of money. There is no fairness in this society. If you work hard for a lifetime, you may not be as good as a child from a rich family. As soon as he arrived home, Lin Yun saw a Bentley with the license plate of the provincial capital. How can this luxury car be parked in front of my house? With doubts, Lin Yun quickened his pace and entered the home. After entering the door, Lin Yun found that besides his mother, there was an old man in a suit at home. The old man had such an extraordinary manner that he was no ordinary person. Grandson. The old man smiled at Lin Yun. These two words immediately made Lin Yun stunned. Mom, what's going on? Lin Yun looked at his mother with a dazed expression. His mother used to tell Lin Yun that her grandma and grandpa had passed away before Lin Yun was born. So Lin Yun had never seen her grandpa and didn't know their news. Mother sighed, Yuner, I have been lying to you all these years. Your grandfather is not dead. He is your biological grandfather. I wanted to be with your dad back then. If your grandfather disagrees, I will follow your dad eloped. This sudden news made Lin Yun a little dizzy. He used to have a grandpa? It turns out that my parents eloped to pursue love? By the way, your grandfather's name is Lu Zhizhong. The mother added. Lu Zhizhong. Lin Yun's facial muscles twitched suddenly. Of course, Lin Yun had heard of this name. Lu Zhizhong is the richest man in the 3 southwestern provinces. He is well known in the country, let alone his reputation. In the 3 southwestern provinces, Lu Zhizhong's China Ting Group is located in almost every city, and they are all very large, including Qingyang City, which also has China Ting Group's business. Are you really Lu Zhizhong, chairman of China Ting Group? Lin Yun stared at Lu Zhizhong with wide eyes. Lin Yun couldn't believe that his own grandfather was such a big man. Yes, good grandson. Lu Zhizhong stepped forward with a smile on his face, wanting to embrace Lin Yun. Lin Yun took a step back. For so many years, why didn't you come to recognize each other? You are so rich. Why let my mother live so hard? Lin Yun asked angrily. It doesn't matter for Lin Yun to live a hard life, but his father died early. These years, his mother treated him alone, and Lin Yun knew how hard his mother was. Grandson, I have given your mother money many times, but she is stubborn and doesn't even want me to recognize you. In fact, I wanted to recognize you a long time ago. After all, I'm just you. Lu Zhizhong said helplessly. Mom, what he said is true. Lin Yun looked at his mother. Mother nodded. He was right. I didn't want you to recognize him for the rest of my life, but now I have figured it out. The grievances of our previous generation can't hurt you. For you to live a better life, I think I should let you recognize him and hope you can accept him. Good grandson. Lu Zhizhong smiled and hugged Lin Yun. This time Lin Yun did not dodge again. My dear grandson, you have suffered over the years. Don't worry, Grandpa will definitely compensate you, Lu Zhizhong said. Immediately afterwards, Lu Zhizhong took out a bank card and handed it to Lin Yun. My dear grandson, there is a $1 million pocket money in the card. You can use it first, and then ask Grandpa for it if it is not enough. 1 billion. Lin Yun shuddered, almost unable to stand still. For Lin Yun, this is simply an astronomical figure. Lin Yun never thought that he would have so much money. In Lu Zhizhong's words, it was just pocket money? Lu Zhizhong naturally saw Lin Yun's thoughts. Haha, 100 million is a small amount of money to your grandpa. Do you understand? Lu Zhizhong smiled and put the card into Lin Yun's hands, and then continued. In addition, all my business in Qingyang City will be entrusted to you. Give it to me? But I'm still in college. Not to mention, I haven't done business either. Lin Yun spread his hands. It's okay. The business in Qingyang City is relatively stable, and there are management. You only need to be the chairman of the board. Keep reading your book. You can use the money earned by the Qingyang branch. Lu Zhizhong said. Good. Lin Yun agreed. After today's Feifei incident, Lin Yun knows the importance of having money and status. The most important thing is that Lin Yun suddenly remembered that Feifei, who had just broken up with him, was working as a receptionist at the Qingyang branch of Huading Group, and that Xiao Wu was also from the Qingyang branch, and he is about to become the chairman of this company. Lin Yun couldn't help thinking, when Feifei and Wu Xiao learned that they were the new chairman of their company, what would they look like? This makes Lin Yun look forward to. It's fine if you agree. Tomorrow morning, you will be the chairman of the Qingyang branch. How about? I will make arrangements for the company. Lu Zhizhong said with a smile. Good. Lin Yun nodded again. Lu Zhizhong was even more happy when Lin Yun agreed. At first he was afraid that Lin Yun would not accept him. He didn't expect it to go well. Lu Zhizhong patted Lin Yun on the shoulder. When you graduate from university, As long as you are willing, you will be the future heir of China Ting Group. After Lu Zhizhong stayed for a while, he said that there were still a lot of things on the company's side, and he had to rush back to the provincial capital first and then see Lin Yun later, and told Lin Yun that if he needs his help, just call him. After Lu Zhizhong left, unexpectedly, I turned out to be Lu Zhizhong's grandson, and I turned out to be the heir of China Ting Group. Lin Yun sighed. On the way back, Lin Yun still felt that it would be difficult for him to stand up all his life. But now he has become a top-rich 3-generation. Lin Yun looked at the bank card in his hand and secretly vowed in his heart that those who had bullied himself, Lin Yun would definitely make them look good. Those who once looked down upon themselves, and those who once ridiculed themselves, Lin Yun will definitely make them admire. After Lu Zhizhong went out, the secretary behind him said, "Lao Lu, you give the chairman of the Qingyang branch to the young master. The young master doesn't know how to do business. If he is headstrong, he might mess up the branch soon. This can be considered a test. If he messes up the company soon, it means that he is a dude and is not suitable for the successor of Huading Group." Lu Zhizhong said. Lu Zhizhong knows that as long as there is no mess, even if it is left alone, the branch can continue to be profitable. After all, the company has already entered the right track, and there are professional managers and senior executives managing the company. So it is easy to make normal profits. Then, what if the young master can increase the profitability of the branch and make the branch a higher level in Qingyang City? The secretary said. Of course it's better, but it should be impossible. Lu Zhizhong shook his head. Lu Zhizhong didn't expect Lin Yun to do better. He only needs to hold on to his family business and lose out, and he can be his heir in the future. At this time, Lu Zhizhong did not expect that Lin Yun would actually achieve a higher level of the branch in the future. Of course, this is a story. At 8 o'clock the next morning, outside the Huading building. The whole building is very stylish, with the profound background of Huading Group. The branch office is naturally mixed in Qingyang City. At this time, more than 100 employees stood outside the building. Standing at the forefront are General Manager Wu Daong and Deputy General Manager Liu Bo. Standing in the second row were 5 department managers, among them Wu Xiao, who took Lin Yun's girlfriend. The other department heads, as well as company employees, lined up on both sides of the road. They got the news that the new chairman of the branch company will take up his post today. So the general manager leads all the staff here to welcome the arrival of the new chairman. Among the employees, I don't know who the new chairman is. He was suddenly parachuted to sit as the chairman. An employee said, then need to say, it must be a very powerful character. At this time, Fei Fei, who was also in the crowd, said, as far as I know, this person may be a relative of Chairman Lu Zhizhong. What? Dong Lu's relatives? The employees were shocked. Lu Zhizhong is the boss of the entire Huading Group, the richest man in the 3 southwestern provinces, and a relative of Lu Zhizhong. This status is absolutely awesome. Fei Fei, really? Yeah, really. The employees all looked at Fei Fei. Of course it is true, but Xiaowu told me personally, he can never lie to me. Fei Fei said triumphantly. Fei Fei, are you really with Xiaowu? You have to take care of us in the future. And I, Fei Fei, when you first joined the company, I did not take care of you less. You have to take care of me in the future. What is your name, Fei Fei? Sister Fei Fei. Yes, Sister Fei. Sister Fei. For a while, the surrounding employees began to flatter Fei Fei because of her relationship with Wu Xiao. Fei Fei seemed to enjoy it, and at the same time she secretly sighed that it was a wise choice to break up with Lin Yun, that rubbish. Otherwise he would not be flattered by everyone now. At this moment, a figure appeared in front of everyone. This person is Lin Yun, who came to take up the post of chairman. Why is he here? When Fei Fei saw Lin Yun appear, she frowned. Wu Xiao, who was standing in front, also recognized Lin Yun. Boy, stop for me. Wu Xiao stepped forward to stop Lin Yun. Boy, I have important things today, and I don't have the time to play with you, so get out of here. Wu Xiao shouted at Lin Yun. Wu Xiao, I promise, the harder you scold now, the worse you will be later. Lin Yun sneered and squinted. Lin Yun is Lu Zhizhong's grandson. This level of identity gives Lin Yun full confidence. What?
I'm miserable.
Ha, boy, Are you too funny? You don't see how miserable you are. Even your girlfriend can't hold on to it. Wu Xiao laughed. At this time, Fei Fei also ran over. Fei Fei, what a coincidence, we met again. Lin Yun grinned at Fei Fei. Lin Yun, don't you just want to beg me not to break up with you? I tell you clearly, it is absolutely impossible to recombine with you, this trash. Fei Fei frowned, her voice sharp. Fei Fei, you may think too much. I'm not here to get back together with you. On the contrary, even if you ask me to get back together with you now, I won't. Lin Yun sneered. What? I beg you, poor boy? What's a joke? Lin Yun, I can never beg you in my life, and you don't take pictures of yourself? Fei Fei sneered, hugging her arms. At this time, General Manager Wu Daong stepped forward and said, Son, who is this? Why are you making trouble here? Don't you know what day it is? If the new chairman sees the noisy here, how decent would he be? Dad, it's just a beaming clown. I immediately coax him away, Wu Xiao said with a smile. Immediately afterwards, Wu Xiao looked at Lin Yun and scolded. Boy, those who are acquainted should get out immediately, otherwise I will ask the security to throw you out. Wu Xiao, tell you the truth. I am the new chairman here. You let me go? Sorry, you.
No.
Enough. Qualified. Lin Yun pointed to Wu Xiao, every word in a sharp tone. What? You said you are the new chairman? Haha, what a joke. After Wu Xiao listened to Lin Yun's words, he burst into laughter. The employees present couldn't help covering their mouths and laughing. They watched Lin Yun dressed up and spread the goods, and looked like just a college student. How could he look like the chairman? Fei Fei's face turned blue. Lin Yun, don't you be ashamed here? Still pretending to be the new chairman? As your ex-girlfriend, I feel so shameless. But I'm really the new chairman. Lin Yun spread his hands. Lin Yun, you are so stiff. What family and identity you are, don't I understand? Fei Fei sneered. Security. Security. Throw this kid out for me. Wu Xiao called the security directly. Suddenly, more than a dozen security guards ran over. At this moment, a Bentley came slowly. This Bentley was the one that Lin Yun saw at the door of his house yesterday. Come here. This must be the new chairman, the employees said one after another. General Manager Wu Daong also said loudly, Everyone, cheer up and prepare to welcome the new chairman. Speaking of, Manager Wu took the executives and ran to the Bentley. Lin Yun, aren't you pretending to be the new chairman? It's really here now. I see how you can pretend to be. Fei Fei sneered at Lin Yun. Okay. Lin Yun grinned. At this time, the Bentley door opened and a middle-aged man walked out of the car. Lin Yun recognized this person at a glance. Yesterday at home, this middle-aged man had been with his grandfather, like his secretary. Bentley car front. Secretary Zhang, why are you alone, the new chairman? General Manager Wu Daong smiled. The new chairman should have arrived. Haven't you seen it? Secretary Zhang said. Here?
No. No.
Wu Daong looked dumbfounded. Secretary Zhang looked around, and finally his eyes fell on Lin Yun not far away. Immediately afterwards, Secretary Zhang hurried to Lin Yun with a smile. General Manager Wu Daong didn't know what was going on, but he quickly followed up with the executives. When Secretary Zhang came to Lin Yun, he quickly bowed to Lin Yun and said, Little master, I'm so sorry, there is a traffic jam on the road, so the little one is late. When Secretary Zhang came to Lin Yun, he quickly bowed to Lin Yun and said, Little master, I'm so sorry, there is a traffic jam on the road, so I am late. Huh. After seeing this scene, everyone present was all dumbfounded. Especially Fei Fei and Wu Xiao, they both grew their mouths in shock. How is this going? Secretary Zhang bowed to Lin Yun. Call Lin Yun the young master? At this time, Secretary Zhang turned his head and said sternly, General Manager Wu, this is the new chairman. What are you doing in a daze? Don't hurry up to salute. What? He is the new chairman? General Manager Wu Dayong's face turned gray for an instant. He really is the chairman? The employees present were all stunned. Wu Xiao's eyes widened, and he couldn't believe his ears. He seemed to be a bolt from the blue. The most ugly face is Fei Fei.
No.
This is impossible. He is a poor boy. I know what is going on in his family. He is definitely not the new chairman, Fei Fei said sharply. General Manager Wu Daong also said, Secretary Zhang, did you make a mistake? He doesn't really look like the chairman in what he wears. General Manager Wu, here is the procedure. You can see for yourself. If you still don't believe it, you can also call Dong Lu to verify. Secretary Zhang handed over the appointment procedures to Wu Daong. Wu Daong took a closer look and found that the identity information and photos inside were really Lin Yun. Secretary Zhang continued, in addition, let me tell you the truth. Master Lin Yun is the grandson of Chairman Liu Zhizhong. What?
Dong Lewis Pro. Grandson?
This news, like a blockbuster, hit everyone's hearts fiercely. Liu Zhizhong's grandson. What is this concept? Liu. Dong Lu's grandson? God. Wu Xiao was frightened and slumped to the ground, his face pale due to the spasm of the heart. Xiao Wu dare not imagine how serious the consequences would be if he robbed Liu Dong's grandson and girlfriend. Impossible. It is impossible. Fei Fei stared at Lin Yun, showing that she couldn't grasp the essentials. She didn't want to believe it. At this time, General Manager Wu Daong rushed to Lin Yun and said flatly, Chairman Lin, the younger one didn't recognize you before, so don't blame Chairman Lin. Wu Daong knew that Secretary Zhang was a celebrity beside Chairman Liu, and Secretary Zhang would never lie about such things as his grandson. Lin Yun ignored Wu Daong, but turned to look at the employees. There were more than 100 employees present. All of them bowed their heads and were silent, because when Lin Yun said that he was the new chairman, they all laughed at Lin Yun, and of course they were afraid to die. You know, this is not only the new chairman, but also Lao Lu's grandson. Feeling that everyone was in awe of him, Lin Yun was deeply moved. Has anyone ever awed him? Absolutely not. After Lin Yun glanced around, he finally focused on Wu Xiao. Wu Xiao saw Lin Yun walking towards him. He was shocked, and his back was sweating cold. He knew that Lin Yun had come to him to settle the account. Master Lin. After Lin Yun came to Wu Xiao suddenly hugged Lin Yun's thigh and proactively begged for mercy. Master Lin, I was wrong. I shouldn't have robbed your girlfriend. I apologize to you. I will return Fei Fei to you. Please spare me. With the amazing status of Liu Dong's grandson, Wu Xiao couldn't have any other ideas besides begging for mercy. Seeing Wu Xiao lying in front of him begging for mercy, Lin Yun couldn't help feeling that it is good to have money and power. Wu Xiao, a rich second generation, was still arrogant and domineering in front of him yesterday, but today he knelt down and begged for mercy. This is something Lin Yun never dared to dream of. Give her back to me? Sorry, I don't need such a bitch. Besides, do you think I will spare you? Lin Yun squinted. After all, Lin Yun kicked Wu Xiao away directly. Wu Xiao, who was knocked down, thought of Lin Yun's identity. He could only hold back his grievances. Chairman, my son is a child and ignorant. If he offends you in any way, you can be an adult regardless of the villain. Forgive him. Wu Daong stepped forward to intercede for his son. Lin Yun looked at Wu Daong with cold eyes. You still have the face to beg him for mercy. The son will not teach him. The father and son will pass. Your son is so arrogant and domineering. It has a lot to do with your indulgence. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun said loudly, I declare as the new chairman, your father and son will be expelled from China Ting Group from today and will never be hired. What? Open fired. Wu Daong's face turned into pig liver color. Wu Daong worked hard for many years before he became the general manager. Now if he is fired, his years of hard work will be destroyed. Wu Daong originally wanted to refute with his old qualifications, but he thought that Lin Yun was Liu Dong's grandson, so he could only swallow it abruptly. Wu Xiao is even more desperate. He can get along like a fish and relies on his father. If his father is also fired, he will lose his status as the rich second generation. Then how will he live in the future? Xiao Wu felt that he fell from heaven to instantly. Security. Set up the Wu family father and son and throw them out. Lin Yun waved. The dozen security guards beside him looked at each other and hesitated. After all, Wu Daong has always been the number one person in the branch. Lin Yun frowned. What? Don't you understand me? Still think I don't have enough weight? Enough. The security guards answered again and again, and they dispelled their worries when they thought that Lin Yun was Lu Dong's grandson. With Lin Yun backing up, even if they let them beat Wu family father and son, they are not afraid. After understanding this, these more than a dozen security guards stepped forward to stand up Wu Daong and Wu Xiao. Asshole! Let me go! I'm Wu Xiao. You stinky security guards dare to do something to Lao Zi. You want to die. Wu Xiao shouted. A security guard sneered. Wu Xiao, you and your dad have been fired and are still pretending here? What kind of thing are you now? The other two security guards carrying Wu Xiao also said, Yes, do you think you are young Master Wu? Are you still showing up with us? You are not fart anymore. Believe it, or not to make me smoke again. After all, they directly took Wu Xiao out. You. Wu Xiaoqi's lips trembled, and he was so humiliated by several security guards. He just can't help it. Wu Daong is relatively calm. He just has an ugly face and didn't yell. As an old man in the mall, he knows the situation very well. He is not qualified to fight Lu Dong's grandson. The Wu family and his son were thrown behind the street not far away. After seeing this scene, many of the employees present felt uncomfortable in their hearts. On weekdays, Wu Xiao used his own identity to bully men and women in the company. Many employees hated Wu Xiao, but they dared not speak. Now that the Wu family and his son are down, they are of course happy. Lin Yun walked to Fei Fei at this time. The grievances between myself and Fei Fei should also be completely ended. Fei Fei's face turned pale at this time. He was with Wu Xiao completely because of Wu Xiao's money and status. As a result, Wu Xiao has fallen. Instead, Lin Yun, the ex-boyfriend she just dumped, suddenly became the chairman, the grandson of the richest man in the Southwest. Lin Yun, your family is obviously very poor. How could you be Dong Lu's grandson? Fei Fei looked unwilling. She asked herself that she knew Lin Yun's family well. At the same time, Fei Fei felt regretful in her heart. If he had known that Lin Yun was the grandson of Lu Zhizhong, the richest man in the Southwest, she would never break up with Lin Yun. Yes, the world is so wonderful. I didn't expect that I would be Lu Zhizhong's grandson. Lin Yun smiled. Fei Fei bit her lip. Lin Yun, I was fooled by Wu Xiao's rhetoric. I was confused for a while. Actually, I really love you. You have been with us for 2 years. Emotionally, please give me a chance, okay? Fei Fei had already embraced Lin Yun's arm when she said it to the end, begging. Sorry, you can't afford it. The expressionless Lin Yun directly pushed Fei Fei away. How unfeeling Fei Fei was towards Lin Yun yesterday. How unfeeling Lin Yun was towards him today. After pushing Fei Fei away, Lin Yun turned and left. Looking at the back of Lin Yun's merciless departure, Fei Fei's heart fell under Juyo. She understood in her heart that this man he once despised, he probably couldn't afford it in his entire life. Lin Yun came to Lu Bo, the deputy general manager. Lu Bo was so scared that his face changed and quickly said, Master Lin, I am not in the same group with Wu Daong. Master Lin is a good example. Lin Yun helped Lu Bo up. Mr. Lu, don't panic. I'm not here to trouble you. On the contrary, I want to promote you. From today, you will be the general manager of the company. Really? Lu Bo was surprised and delighted. Of course it is true. Lin Yun smiled. Yesterday Lin Yun learned that he was going to be here as the chairman, so he spent money to find someone to inquire about the company's internal situation. As far as intelligence knows, this Lu Bo is a person with great commercial ability. It's a pity that he was in bad luck, and he was always suppressed by the general manager Wu Daong. Many of Lu Bo's credits were robbed by Wu Daong. On the contrary, Wu Daong messed up the matter and finally let him back the pot. For people like Lu Bo, there is only one noble person who can promote him. Lin Yun also spent money to investigate Lu Bo's personality and learned that his personality is also good, so Lin Yun was willing to give him a hand. Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I am promoted. Lu Bo will remember it for life. Lu Bo was so excited that he almost knelt down to Lin Yun. For Lin Yun, it may be just a sentence, but for Lu Bo, it is as difficult as the sky. He waited for this opportunity for too many years. Thanks, don't have to. Work hard in the future. The best way to repay the company for me is to repay me. Lin Yun said. After a pause, Lin Yun continued, "You know who I am. As long as you do well enough, I can promote you up in the future. It's definitely not just the general manager of a branch, you understand?" Understood. Chairman Lin, rest assured. I will definitely do my best. Go through all fire and water and never give up. Lu Bo said firmly. Lu Bo understands that Lin Yun is his nobleman. He secretly made up his mind to loyalty to Lin Yun in the future and fully develop the company. I am optimistic about you. Lin Yun patted Lu Bo on the shoulder. For Lin Yun once, the deputy general manager of a big company like Lu Bo is a big man he needs to look up to. But now, he nodded and bowed in front of Lin Yun. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun looked at more than 100 employees present. Dear employees, as a meeting ceremony, I will personally give you 10,000 yuan each and send it to you with the next month's salary. Lin Yun said directly. What a 10,000 yuan meeting gift. Long live Lin Dong. Long live Lin Dong. After the employees present were shocked, they all chanted with excitement, and they all seemed very happy. What better welfare than direct payment? And it's still 10,000 yuan. The new chairman is really too generous. I send so much money as soon as I meet. It's much better than the Wu family and his son. That's it. Follow such a generous new chairman. There must be something to do in the future. The employees were talking excitedly. Who doesn't like the chairman who pays out money if he doesn't agree? And when the Wu family and his son were there, Wu Daong was very picky to the employees. Lin Yun succeeded in winning the hearts of the people with such a payment. With more than 100 employees present, 10,000 per person is more than 1 million. This little money is nothing to Lin Yun now. Lin Yun waved his hand. Dear employees, this little money is nothing. As long as you work hard, I promise you more bonuses and benefits in the future. Follow Lin Dong. Go through the fire and water and never stop. Lu Bo took the lead and shouted. Follow Lin Dong. Go through fire and water and never hesitate. Follow Lin Dong. Go through fire and water and never hesitate. The employees were all excited and shouted slogans. Lin Yun looked at everyone full of energy, and he nodded in satisfaction. Although Grandpa said yesterday, Lin Yun only needs to be the shopkeeper. But since Lin Yun has become the chairman of the company, he definitely wants to make the company develop better, and it can be regarded as a proof to the public that he is not a rich third generation who is worthless. Secretary Zhang, who had been standing next to him, took all these things into his eyes. Secretary Zhang couldn't help but secretly said in his heart, I didn't expect that the young master is so powerful, not only makes the general manager heart be heartbroken to him, but also easily wins over the hearts of the company's employees. It is somewhat of the demeanor of the old man. Lin Yun's performance today greatly exceeded Secretary Zhang's expectations. Secretary Zhang decided to report everything he just saw to Mr. Liu Zhizhong. The company is already on the right track, and all aspects are relatively mature, so there is nothing for Lin Yun to worry about. The affairs are handled by Lu Bo and the executives. Lin Yun left the company after staying in the company all morning. In addition, Lin Yun also urged Lu Bo to remove all the households related to the Wu family and his son from the company. According to the news that Lin Yun inquired about yesterday, the Wu family and his son stuffed many related households into the company and only took money and didn't do anything. This kind of black sheep must be eliminated. On the other side, Wu's family. Damn it! Damn it! The angry Xiao Wu smashed the cup on the table to the ground. Dad, don't. Should we just forget it? Wu Xiao looked very unwilling. Of course not. I can't breathe today. Wu Daong swears not to be a man. Wu Daong gritted his teeth. However, he is Lu Dong's grandson. Based on this, we can't beat him at all. Wu Xiao looked helpless. If we can't fight clearly, then we will come to Yin. We secretly find a few thugs and dispose of that kid. Wu Daong has a grim face. Wu Xiao's eyes lit up. Dad, a clever plan. As long as we don't admit it, no one knows that we hired them. As for those thugs, give them some money and let them hide abroad for a while, and it will be fine. Yes, I know a few thugs. I'll do it right away. Wu Daong directly got up and went out. Dad, let the thugs act harder. It's better to make him a vegetable. Wu Xiao shouted. At noon, Qingyang University. Inside the 8112 dormitory. Lin Yun, this morning is Zhang Butcher's class, and your kid is absent from class. As soon as Lin Yun entered the dormitory, a fat man came to Lin Yun. This fat man is Yi Li's only friend in college, called Huang Sun. There is really something in the morning. Lin Yun spread his hands. Then you kid also ask for a leave, Zhang Tufu said. He wants to hang your subject. The fat man looked serious. He wants to kill me? Lin Yun narrowed his eyes, a bit of chill in his eyes. Zhang Tufu, formerly known as Zheng Dawei, is one of Lin Yun's university teachers. However, Lin Yun had a bad impression of him. First, he was nicknamed a butcher because he was already fierce. There is another more important reason. Last semester Lin Yun bumped into Zhang Tufu and had a relationship with a female classmate. It is said that Zhang Tufu threatened the female classmate not to have a relationship with him and put the female classmate subject. This kind of scum is worthy of being a teacher? Lin Yun, you go to Zhang Tufu to apologize and then beg him. Maybe you can save it. If you really get your subject, it will be very troublesome, said the fat man. Don't worry, I will look for him. But a cold smile appeared on the corner of Lin Yun's mouth. If it were put in the past, Lin Yun might go to Zhang Tufu to apologize when encountering such a thing. However, now that Lin Yun is the grandson of the richest man in the southwest, Lin Yun will beg him? Branch office. The door was unlocked. Lin Yun pushed the door directly into the office. Zhang Tufu was watching a small movie in his office at this time. After hearing the movement of the door pushed, he quickly closed the page, then turned his head to watch it. When he saw Lin Yun, there was a burst of fire. After all, Lin Yun disturbed his yaxing and also frightened him. Lin Yun, don't you know how to knock when you enter the office? You know the rules, and you dare to miss my class this morning. Do you know the consequences? Zhang Tufu shouted with a gloomy expression. Teacher Zhang, I came here for the purpose of dismissing a subject, Lin Yun said as he walked up to Zhang Butcher. Oh, do you want me to leave your subject? It's simple. Zhang Butcher rubbed his fingers and motioned for money. Lin Yun smiled coldly. He had already guessed that Zhang Butcher would ask for money. Lin Yun sat down on the chair next to him, then raised Erlang's legs and said, Sorry, I am not here to beg you. I am here to give you a chance. If you are acquainted and absent from class in the morning, it will be cancelled. Otherwise what? Zhang Butcher asked with a playful smile. Lin Yun narrowed his eyes. Otherwise, I promise you will pay a painful price. What? Make me pay a heavy price? You are a poor university student? Haha, what a joke. Zhang Butcher couldn't help laughing. Although Zhang Tufu was fierce, he always picked soft persimmons. He knew that Lin Yun was a soft persimmon. Immediately afterwards, Zhang Butcher put away his smile and patted the table. Boy, I'll leave the words here too. Today you make me very upset. You must apologize to me and seal the 5,000 yuan red envelope of sincerity. Otherwise, I will not only let you fail the course at the end of the term, but also prevent you from taking it in the future. To the graduation certificate. In Zhang Tufu's opinion, Lin Yun, a poor boy with no money and power, would compromise and beg for mercy as long as he threatened a little. After Lin Yun heard the words, his face sank. Zhang Butcher, you are a scumbag, really unworthy of being a teacher. Besides, you didn't cherish the opportunity one gave you. You will regret it. After all, Lin Yun got up and walked outside. When Zhang Tufu heard Lin Yun call him his nickname, he slammed his fist on the table in anger. Asshole, you dare to call me Zhang Butcher? How dare you talk to me like that? I promise, you must be the one who regrets. Zhang Tufu shouted at Lin Yun's back. In college, it is unwise to offend a teacher. Zhang Tufu had made up his mind not only to hang Lin Yun's subject at the end of the semester, but also to embarrass Lin Yun when he retakes it, so that Lin Yun could not get his graduation certificate, so that he could express the evil in his heart. The other side. It's such a well-dressed beast. It's worthy of being a teacher. Lin Yun couldn't help shaking his head after leaving the office. This Zhang Butcher really made Lin Yun feel very sick. In fact, Lin Yun only needed to give out a few thousand yuan to Zhang Butcher in the matter of absenteeism, but Lin Yun would never do it. What Lin Yun has to do is to make Zhang Tufu pay a heavy price for what he has done. Lin Yun came all the way outside the principal's office. Boom, boom, boom.
Come in.
After entering the door, Principal Zhou, wearing a suit, caught Lin Yun's eyes. Principal Zhou raised his head and glanced at Lin Yun, then continued to read the newspaper while saying, "This classmate, what's the matter with you?" "Principal Zhou, I want to donate some money to the school," Lin Yun said lightly. "Donation?" "This classmate, we accepted your kindness, but our school is not short of tens or hundreds of dollars. You should keep it for your own use," Principal Zhou answered while reading the newspaper. Lin Yun smiled. "Principal Zhou, what I want to donate is not tens or hundreds, but 10 million. "What? 10 million? The principal quickly put down the newspaper and looked at Lin Yun in astonishment. "This classmate, are you kidding me? You want to donate 10 million? Looking at Lin Yun's clothes, the principal didn't seem to be a master who could take out 10 million. "You report to me your school account number, and after I transfer the account, you will know whether it is true or not," Lin Yun said. The principal thought for a while and finally reported the account to Lin Yun. "The transfer is complete. You can check it with the principal." Lin Yun quickly completed the transfer with his mobile phone. "Xiaoli, you call finance and see if you have received a 10 million transfer," the principal said to the secretary not far away. The secretary nodded and then called to confirm. "Principal, verification is complete," the financial department said. "Just suddenly received a mysterious transfer of 10 million, the secretary said eagerly. The principal suddenly took a breath. He didn't expect this to be true. A donation of 10 million yuan. This is definitely the most donation received since Qingyang University opened. "Little Li, quickly give this classmate tea. Make my treasured poor." After the principal finished speaking, he quickly got up and came to Lin Yun with a smile and said enthusiastically, "This classmate, sit down quickly. I don't know your surname. Which young master is it?" The principal knows very well that he can donate 10 million at will. The family is extraordinary, and the family is very rich. This kind of top elder brother, the principal must also be regarded as a god. "My name is Lin Yun." Lin Yun turned and sat down, then raised Erlang's legs and said, "Principal, my 10 million was not donated for nothing. I have two requirements." You say. The principal nodded. The principal had been thinking before, this son would definitely not donate money for nothing, right? There is always a purpose, right? Lin Yun took a sip of the tea that the secretary handed him, and then said lightly, "First, expel Zheng Dawei, Zheng Tufu, the school teacher, and second, keep all of my subjects free, even if I am absent from class at will." "No problem." The principal agreed without thinking about it. It's easy to fire a small teacher. Anyway, if there are more teachers, 10 million is more important. Okay, then I won't bother the principal. I hope the principal will implement the expulsion as soon as possible. Lin Yun stood up. Lin Yun's trip was to get Zheng Tufu to be expelled. Now the goal has been achieved. I'll send Master Lin. The principal followed Lin Yun and sent Lin Yun out of the office all the way. After Lin Yun left, "Xiaoli, you can quickly adjust his files and see which son he is," the principal told the secretary. Just relying on Lin Yun to give out 10 million, the principal is sure Lin Yun has a deep family background. "Yes, I'll do it now," the secretary quickly responded. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in the classroom. "Lin Yun, did you just go to the office to find Butcher Zheng? Did he agree to forgive you?" the fat man at the table asked. "He didn't agree, because I didn't apologize to him. It is him who should apologize," Lin Yun said lightly. "What? Lin Yun, your kid doesn't have a fever, right?" The fat man looked puzzled. "Don't worry, I'm very good. As for Butcher Zheng, if he offends me, Lin Yun, he will only be expelled." A smile appeared on the corner of Lin Yun's mouth. "Lin Yun, you said you didn't have a fever and you were talking nonsense. You should go to Zheng Butcher to apologize. Otherwise he really embarrassed you at the end of the term, but it will be in trouble," the fat man said eagerly. In the eyes of the fat man, they are poor students who can never offend the teacher. The conversation between Lin Yun and the fat man was caught by the classmate Zhang who's sitting behind. This Zhang who is in the same class as Lin Yun. His father is in the building materials business. He has a family and is quite rich, and he also knows people on the road. Based on these, Zhang Hu is usually the kind of arrogant and domineering person in the class, and no one dares to offend him. Lin Yun, you just said that Zheng Butcher offended you, so you can only be expelled? Haha, you're too good at bullying. You really laughed at Grandpa. Zhang Hu smiled. Immediately afterwards, Zhang Hu stood up and said loudly, "Classmates, Lin Yun just said that Zheng Tufu offended him, so Zheng Tufu will be expelled from the school. You said it was funny?" Zhang Hu's voice was so loud that all classmates as large as the classroom could hear these words clearly. After the students heard the words, they looked at Zhang Hu and Lin Yun. "Yes, I did say that just now. Is there any problem? If Zheng Butcher offends me, he has to be expelled and can't keep him." Lin Yun said calmly. "What? Can't keep him?" Haha. Including Zhang Hu, the whole class burst into laughter. Damn, Lin Yun. This kid usually looks quite honest. How can he still brag about this kind of bullying now? That is, he thought he was a rich and powerful second generation, so he forced one out of poverty. What is his ability to get Zheng Tufu to be expelled? The classmates basically know that Lin Yun's family is very poor. Who would believe that Lin Yun has the ability to get rid of Zheng Butcher? Even the fat man poked Lin Yun and whispered, "Lin Yun, you just need to brag with me. Why do you brag with the whole class? It's shameful." "Fatty, I really didn't brag." Lin Yun looked serious. "It seems that you really have a fever today." The fat man was speechless and didn't know how to say it anymore. Lin Yun was not surprised by the fat man's reaction. After all, the fat man knew his family well. Jingle bell. The class bell rang. In the first quarter of the afternoon, it was still Zheng Butcher's class. Butcher Zheng walked into the classroom slowly. "Ms. Zheng." Zhang Hu suddenly stood up and said, "Ms. Zheng, Lin Yun just ranted in the classroom, saying that you offended him and that you would be expelled from school for this." After speaking, Zhang Hu smiled and hugged his arms, ready to watch the show. After Zheng Tufu heard the words, his face suddenly became gloomy. Lin Yun challenged him in the office at noon, which already made him very upset, and now his anger soared. Pong! Zheng Tufu slammed the textbook on the table fiercely, and then sternly shouted at Lin Yun. "Lin Yun, you really don't want to live anymore. You dare to openly slander the teacher, I will definitely let the school punish you." "Oh, Lin Yun, this kid is going to be unlucky." Zhang Hu, who was watching the show, as well as several of his friends, all whistled. The students in the class also shook their heads secretly. It is very unwise for an ordinary poor college student to offend the teacher. "Lin Yun, you, hurry up and deny it. Say you haven't said it, then apologize, or it's really over." The fat man jabbed Lin Yun with his elbow anxiously. Lin Yun really stood up. Then under everyone's attention, he smiled and said, "Zheng Butcher, Zhang Hu is right, I did say that to you." Boom! As soon as Lin Yun said this, the entire classroom was in an uproar. He actually admitted? He actually even called Zheng Tufu by the nickname? Oh my God, he is dying. Does he still want to read? Does he still want to graduate? In the eyes of all the students, Lin Yun was crazy. No classmate had ever dared to call out the nickname Zheng Tufu in front of Zheng Tufu. Zheng Butcher on the stage. His eyes flashed with irresistible anger. "Lin Yun, let me put the words here. If you can graduate smoothly, I will write Zhengzi backwards." Zheng Butcher shouted angrily. At this moment, a director and 2 security guards appeared at the door of the classroom. "Director Wu, why are you here?" When Zheng Tufu saw the director, he quickly changed his smile. "Zheng Daowei, you were expelled from the school. The principal asked you to get out of school immediately," the director said indifferently. What? I was fired?" Zheng Tufu's face changed drastically. "Director Wu, are you kidding me? How come I was suddenly fired?" Zheng Tufu smiled. "Zheng Daowei, do you think I am joking with you? Security guard, take Zheng Daowei out of school." The director waved his hand directly. The 2 security guards immediately stepped forward to frame Zheng Butcher. "Hello, Director Wu, you must be mistaken. How is this possible?" In the shout of Zheng Butcher, he was framed out of the classroom. Director Wu said to the class, "Everyone goes to self-study first," and then he also left the classroom. At this moment, The whole classroom fell into a weird silence. Many students couldn't help but look at Lin Yun. They thought that Lin Yun had said before that Zheng Tufu had offended him, so Zheng Tufu would be expelled from the school. At that time, they thought this was a big joke, and even laughed at Lin Yun for bragging. And now, Zheng Butcher was actually expelled from the school? Lin Yun's words turned out to be true. Everyone was shocked. Could it be said that Zheng Tufu was suddenly fired? Really because of Lin Yun? Brother Hu, Lin Yun was really right. Zheng Butcher was fired. Wouldn't it really be Lin Yun? A thin man beside Zhang Hu was shocked. How is it possible? He is a poor boy. He must be this boy. From where he overheard the news that Zheng Tufu would be expelled. In order to pretend that Zheng Tufu was expelled because of him, Zhang Hu said, "Yes, yes. It must be so." Several people around Zhang Hu nodded repeatedly. Because he knew in advance that Zheng Tufu would be fired. So he dared to challenge Zheng Butcher just now. Otherwise, he would give him 100 courage to challenge the teacher. Zhang Hu said coldly. Brother Tiger's analysis makes sense. Several people around Zhang Hu nodded. After hearing what Zhang Hu said, the classmates also felt that there was some truth. Where Lin Yun is. The fat man couldn't help saying, "Lin Yun, your kid is very lucky, but fortunately Zheng Butcher was suddenly fired. Otherwise, if you challenge him like that, it will really be over." Lin Yun smiled, but Zheng Tufu was fired. He did it himself. This is not good luck. School gate. Zheng Tufu was severely thrown out of the school gate by 2 security guards. Director Wu, why is this? Even if you fire me, you have to give me a reason. Zheng Butcher, who fell to the ground, looked unwilling. The principal asked me to tell you that you have offended someone who shouldn't be offended. Director Wu said calmly. Who? Who is it? Zheng Butcher raised his head and asked. Director Wu spit out 2 words. Lin Yun. What? Lin Yun. Zheng Tufu seemed to be a bolt from the blue, and he was stunned. On the other side, in the classroom, Zheng Tufu was suddenly expelled. Everyone could only study in the classroom, and many people took out their mobile phones to play. Hey, someone in the school post said that there are sophomores from this school who donated 10 million to the school. 10 million? Really? Of course it's true. The school's official website has been notified. If you don't believe me, go and see. The school post bar and the groups of various schools have spread crazy. Suddenly, a student donated 10 million to the school, and it was introduced into the classroom, and then it was heatedly discussed throughout the class. Damn, this is 10 million. Which buddy donated it? Which class is it? Yeah. Which class is rich or young? Everyone is very concerned. Who is this young master who suddenly appeared? You know, if you can donate 10 million for fun, the family must be very, very rich and dare to play like this. Even Zhang Hu was amazed. Although his family has money, his pocket money is limited, let alone 10 million. Even if he is asked to donate 1 million, he can't get it out. Zhang Hu knew in his heart that this broad young master's level was definitely many times stronger. Some female classmates in the class are even ready to move. As long as they know who this young master is, they must find ways to climb this young master. Once it climbs up, it will fly onto the branch and become a phoenix. It's a pity that the notice didn't write the specific class name, only that the student donated money anonymously. That's right. The classmates in the post bar and in the various groups are all asking and want to know who this rich young man is. But no one knows this mysterious rich young man. The classmates kept talking. Lin Yun couldn't help laughing when everyone was talking about him. He didn't expect that he donated money so quickly that the whole school knew it. Fortunately, when Lin Yun left the principal's office before, he told the principal not to explode the name of his class, which would cause a lot of trouble in the province. After hearing everyone's discussion, Zhang Hu couldn't help saying, Damn, what does this buddy think? To be anonymous? Don't you just donate so much money to pretend to be coercive? How can you pretend to be coerced when you donate anonymously? If it's lousy, let the school write the class and name clearly. The classmates did not know that the rich young man they wanted to know was sitting in the same classroom with them. The fat man beside Lin Yun smiled and said, This rich young man is too big. Donate 10 million casually. It must be great to be friends with this rich young man, hee hee. Lin Yun smiled in his heart. Aren't we just friends? By the way, fat man, this is 1,000 yuan I borrowed from you before. Lin Yun took out 100 yuan bills. Lin Yun, you use it first. I am not short of this money for the time being. The fat man pushed the money back. He knew that Lin Yun's family was poor and lacked money. Fatty's father was in a small business. Although he didn't have much money, he was in a better family than Lin Yun. After Lin Yun heard the words, he was a little moved. He used to be poor at home and no one wanted to deal with him, but the fat man was willing, and the fat man also borrowed Lin Yun several times to help Lin Yun relieve his urgent need. Fatty, thank you, but I really have money now, don't worry about me. Lin Yun stuffed this 1,000 yuan into Fatty's hands. Lin Yun originally wanted to pay back 10 times to the fat man, but Lin Yun thought about it. Given the fat man's character, if he gave more, he wouldn't want it. It's better to help him in the future. Okay, if you are short of money, tell me again. The fat man did not refuse. Oh, Lin Yun, your kid has made a fortune? You can come up with 1,000 yuan at a time, isn't it? I want to sell mine on the weekend. Zhang Hu said loudly with a smile. Lin Yun suddenly frowned. Zhang Hu, please clean your mouth. Fuck. UTM still dare to talk back. Are you looking for death? Zhang Hu patted the table, feeling very upset, as if he was about to hit Lin Yundu with his hands. In Zhang Hu's eyes, Lin Yun had to let him handle such a soft persimmon obediently, and if he dared to resist, it would be death. Zhang Hu, if you dare to touch me today, I can guarantee that I will make you dead and ugly. Lin Yuming stared at Zhang Hu with slightly narrowed eyes. The previous behavior of Zhang Hu has already made Lin Yun a little irritated, and now he is again in trouble. Lin Yun did not dare to offend Zhang Hu. But now, Lin Yungue is the grandson of the richest man in the southwest. How can he be afraid of a Zhang Hu? It really angered Lin Yun, and the consequences were definitely something he couldn't bear. It's ugly to make me die? It's up to you? Haha, I want to see. After I beat you, you are a poor boy with no money and power. How can I make Lao Tzu die ugly? Zhang Hu directly said the sleeves are rolled. The fat man quickly stood in front of Lin Yun and said to Zhang Hu with a strong smile, Brother Tiger, Lin Yun had a fever today, so what he said was nonsense. I will apologize for him on his behalf. Please calm down your anger, Brother Tiger. Say UMB, get out of here. Otherwise I will fight with you. An angry Zhang Hu pushed the fatty away with a palm. Stop. At this moment, a tender voice sounded. Lin Yun saw that it was squad leader Wang Shui. Wang Shui has a delicate appearance, fair complexion, long black hair, and a height of about 1.65 meters. She has a very good figure. Wearing a floral skirt, it makes people feel like a deer bumping into each other. She is the class flower in the class, and she is considered a beautiful woman in the school. Zhang Hu, this is the classroom, and it's class time. If you dare to mess around, I will tell the counselor. Wang Shui said. Lin Yun felt a little surprised by Wang Shui's presence. She didn't have any friendship with Wang Shui, and the two had never spoken separately, and she was like helping herself. Beauty Wang, you actually helped this kid? You have to find out. His family is poor and jingle. There is nothing worth asking you to help. Zhang Hu said unhappy. Wang Shui bit her red lips. It's because of his poor family background. As the monitor, I can't let you bully him. Really? Then I will bully him. Zhang Hu looked arrogant. After that, Zhang Hu punched Lin Yun. Lin Yun, be careful. The fat man yelled in panic. After seeing this scene, Wang Shui also looked worried. Under the gaze of all the classmates, Lin Yun flashed away Zhang Hu's fist, then picked up the pin on the table and slammed Zhang Hu's shoulder fiercely. Wow! Accompanied by a screaming scream, the pin pierced Zhang Hu's shoulder directly, immediately dripping with blood. In this scene, the faces of the students present changed greatly. How ruthless! This kid is so ruthless. He even dared to hurt Zhang Hu. Doesn't he know Zhang Hu's family background? Does he really want to live? In the past, Lin Yun felt like a soft persimmon for his classmates, so no one thought that Lin Yun would dare to do such a cruel hand. Even Zhang Hu himself did not expect that Lin Yun would dare to do something with him. Zhang Hu, do you think you are the only one? I will treat you today. Lin Yun's tone was cold. Fuck your mother. Give it to me. Kill this kid for me. An angry Zhang Hu shouted frantically at the people behind him. Lin Yun picked up another pin and shouted at the same time. Who would dare to go to me and kill anyone? Come if you are not afraid of death.
Guru, Guru.
The doglegs behind Zhang Hu swallowed and looked a little scared. Lin Yun's brutal attack just now completely shocked them. The soft ones are afraid of horizontal, and the horizontal ones are afraid of death. Don't look at Zhang Hu's doggies on weekdays. When they encountered this situation, they were also persuaded. After all, they were just students. Brother Tiger, you see that you have shed so much blood. Your body is important. Or, let's send you to be treated first, one of them said. Yeah. These doglegs nodded one after another, and then stepped forward to support Zhang Hu. They didn't want to fight Lin Yun. Zhang Hu looked at the blood on his shoulder, coupled with the intense pain. He could only nod it. Lin Yun, your kid dared to hurt me. I told you you're done. Wait for me. Zhang Hu shouted angrily. After the harsh words were finished, Zhang Hu was supported by a few dogs and ran out of the classroom. Zhang Hu was full of anger. He had already made up his mind. When he went to the hospital for treatment, he must retaliate against Lin Yun severely to vent his anger. Okay, I'll wait. Lin Yun smiled coldly while looking at Zhang Hu's leaving back. At this moment, the classmates in the classroom looked at Lin Yun with admiration and pitiful eyes. Lin Yun's behavior made them feel very relieved. After all, Zhang Hu was a tiger in the class on weekdays. Most of the classmates couldn't understand Zhang Hu, but they dared not speak. But they all knew in their hearts that the consequences of hurting a rich second generation like Zhang Hu would definitely not be affordable for a poor boy like Lin Yun. Lin Yun, you just injured Zhang Hu with the tip of a pin. Killing Zhang Hu's awe-inspiring power, it's too much relief. The fat man said excitedly. Immediately afterwards, the fat man turned around and worried. But Zhang Hu's kind of rich second generation is not something we can't afford. You just hurt him. He will definitely get revenge. How good is this? Retaliation? I'm waiting. Lin Yun grinned. Putting it in the past, perhaps Lin Yun could not afford Zhang Hu. Not because Lin Yun was weak, but mature. A man needs to be bloody, but also mature and understand what he is carrying. But now, Lin Yun is the top 3 generations of rich. Just show his blood. Don't worry about everything else. Even if he kills Zhang Hu, it will be fine. Hey! The fat man sighed for a long time. What else could he do? The other side. Principal's office. Principal, this is Lin Yun's file. The secretary handed a piece of information to the principal. The principal quickly took the file and checked it carefully. Single-parent family? Family poverty? After reading the file, the principal was surprised. According to the file, Lin Yun's family was poor, and he had applied for a scholarship in the first 2 years. How can a person who can donate 10 million donations be a poor family? The principal, maybe this information is fake. With his handwriting, it is very simple to create a fake file. He should want to keep a low profile, so let us anonymously make donations, the secretary said. The principal nodded. It makes sense. I have a faint feeling that his identity is not simple. In any case, be cautious and never offend him. At night, Starlight Bar. Lin Yun sat at the bar. Beauty, I want a person's information. Zhang Hu, a sophomore at Qingyang University. Lin Yun handed the money to the beautiful woman in the bar. The beautiful woman has big burgundy long wavy hair, all strands of hotness, thick eyelashes, charming eyes, and bright lips, revealing all kinds of amorous feelings all the time. This is a woman who exudes seductiveness from her bones. She seems to be seducing men all the time, affecting men's nerves. Yesterday, Lin Yun inquired about the situation in the Qingyang branch of Huading Group through this beautiful woman. Little handsome guy, it's you again. Have a drink at the bar first, and the information will be sent to you immediately. The beautiful woman smiled and took the money. Lin Yun waited while drinking. In Lin Yun's heart, he hurt Zhang Hu today. With Zhang Hu's personality, he would definitely avenge himself. Therefore, Lin Yun wanted to clarify the specific information of Zhang Hu's family first and know himself and the enemy before he could deal with Zhang Hu better. About 10 minutes later, a copy of the information was delivered to Lin Yun. Zhang Hu, a student of Qingyang University, has an arrogant personality and a typical rich second generation. His father, Zhang Guiming, the owner of Qingyang Hongda Building Materials Company, with assets of nearly 100 million, is one of the main building materials suppliers of Huading Group Qingyang branch. Tisk interesting. Lin Yun couldn't help smiling after seeing this information. Lin Yun never expected that Zhang Hu's company would be one of his company's suppliers. Beauty, let me ask you a question. If China Ting Group breaks off cooperation with Zhang Hu's family, what will happen to Zhang Hu's company? Lin Yun asked the beautiful woman. It will be miserable. It can be said that Zhang Hu's company depends on Huading Group to support it, said the beautiful woman. Really? Lin Yun smiled even more at the corner of his mouth, and at the same time he had an idea in his heart. Little handsome guy, everyone here calls me Sister Hong. If you don't dislike it, call me Sister Hong. The beautiful woman showed a charming smile. Okay, Sister Hong. Lin Yun smiled like a gentleman. I don't know the name of Brother Zun? Sister Hong said with a smile. Lin Yun wore a clothes stall and gave people the first impression of being a poor boy, very inconspicuous. But when Lin Yun asked for the news, he was very generous, which made Sister Hong faintly feel that the man in front of him was not simple. Lin Yun drank the wine in the cup in one sip, and at the same time spit out 2 words. Lin Yun. Sister Hong searched her mind for a while, but didn't think of such a person in Qingyang City. How much is this glass of wine? Lin Yun put down the glass. This glass of wine, Sister Hong, please. Sister Hong smiled. Thank you. After Lin Yun finished speaking, he got up and walked out. Lin Yun didn't like a place like a bar.
Ugh.
At this moment, Lin Yun suddenly saw a familiar figure. Wang Shui. Lin Yun discovered that the girl singing on the bar at the moment turned out to be the monitor Wang Shui. Seeing Wang Shui, Lin Yun thought of what happened in the classroom this afternoon. When Zhang Hu threatened to fight Lin Yun, Wang Shui also came forward to stop Zhang Hu. How could she sing here? Lin Yun looked very surprised. In Lin Yun's impression, Wang Shui was a girl who didn't talk much, but she was a good girl with good character and learning. But now she actually appeared in a bar to sing, which completely subverted Lin Yun's perception of her. If they weren't exactly the same in appearance, plus the same voice, Lin Yun even suspected that he had read it wrong. Singing is pretty good. Lin Yun only knew that Wang Shui was good at studying and her voice was good, but she didn't expect her to sing so well. Lin Yun, who was about to leave, turned around to return to the bar after seeing Wang Shui, and walked into the crowd under the stage. At this moment, many young people in the audience were screaming at Wang Shui on the stage, including some unbearable foul language. Of course, most of them have been addicted to the mouth and dare not really mess around. After all, the venue is covered by the Taoist people, and most people don't dare to mess around in the venue. After singing a song, Lin Yun blocked Wang Shui where Wang Shui had stepped down. Today's Wang Shui put on her makeup. At close range, Lin Yun found that Wang Shui was much more beautiful than usual. Squad leader Wang Shui, what a coincidence. I didn't expect to meet you here. When Wang Shui saw Lin Yun, a panic flashed in her eyes. This friend. Have you admitted the wrong person? I am not called Wang Shui. Wang Shui's eyes dodged, and he dared not look at Lin Yun. Wang Shui specially selected a bar far away from the school because she was afraid of meeting classmates. She did not expect to encounter it. Squad leader Wang Shui, the same appearance may be a coincidence, the same voice may be a coincidence, the moles on the chain bones are exactly the same. I think this can't be a coincidence, right? Lin Yun smiled. Wang Shui was startled, not knowing how to answer. Squad leader Wang Shui, in the classroom this afternoon, you speak for me. I have not had time to thank you. As a thank you, I invite you to have a drink at the bar. Lin Yun said. Lin Yun is going to talk to Wang Shui. Why does Wang Shui come to a place like this to sing? Intuition tells Lin Yun that Wang Shui is not a bad girl. Maybe she has difficulties. Lin Yun, you don't need to drink. I don't know how to drink. If you really want to thank me, please don't tell others about my singing here, can you? Wang Shui said in an imploring tone. Don't worry, Lin Yun, is not a gossip, but I really want to know why you come here to sing. I don't think you are a bad girl, Lin Yun said. Wang Shui lowered her head and uttered 2 words. Lack of money. You can go to other jobs part-time if you are short of money. Why come here? What kind of place is this place? You should know that it is not safe for a beautiful girl like you to be here. Lin Yun said. No, there is protection here. Most people don't dare to mess around here. Thank you for your concern. Wang Shui raised her head. At this time, a man in a suit came over. Manager Zhou. Wang Shui greeted the man in suit quickly. It seems that this man in a suit is the manager of the bar. The man in the suit glanced at Lin Yun, then turned his head and ordered Wang Shui. Xiaoxue, what are you doing here? Go and put on some makeup and prepare for the next song right away. Wang Shui nodded and then walked in with the manager. Wait a minute. Lin Yun stopped the manager and said, she won't sing anymore. The manager frowned. Boy, who are you, Tim? You can't sing if you don't sing? How old are you? Manager, he is my classmate. Don't get angry. Wang Shui quickly stopped the manager. Your classmate? Xiaoxue, isn't this your boyfriend? That's why I don't want you to sing here. The manager said, looking up and down Lin Yun. Immediately afterwards, the manager dismissed Lin Yun and said, at first glance, you are a poor boy. I tell you, stay away. Poor boy. Haha. Lin Yun smiled coldly. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun took out a lot of money, smashed it on the manager, and then scattered it on the ground. The money is enough to buy her not to sing tonight? Lin Yun said loudly. When the manager saw Lin Yun put out so much money, he was a little confused. At this time, Lin Yun took out a handful of money again and slammed it on the manager, while loudly saying, now, is it enough? The manager swallowed. The money is at least tens of thousands, right? Just take it out and hit someone like this? He has never met such a guest. Lin Yun took out another handful of money, then smashed it on the manager's face and asked sharply, I ask you, is it enough? Enough, enough. The manager nodded quickly. The manager is not a fool. The owner who can take a handful of money out and hit others, can it be an ordinary person? Certainly the family background is not ordinary. He dare not offend this kind of person. Besides, there is still so much money for him on the ground. Since it's enough, then pick up the money and get out. After Lin Yun finished speaking, he directly pulled Wang Shui and walked out. After leaving the bar, Wang Shui was still a little confused. Lin Yun, why do you have so much money? You didn't do something illegal, did you? In Wang Shui's impression, Lin Yun's family was poor and he applied for bursaries in the last 2 semesters. Why did he suddenly come up with so much money just now? If I say, I am Lu Zhizhong's grandson, do you believe it? Lin Yun smiled. That Lu Zhizhong from China Ting Group?
No.
Wang Shui looked incredulous. It's normal if you don't believe me. I can't believe it myself. Just treat me as if I won the lottery. Lin Yun said. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun took out another 20,000 yuan and handed it to Wang Shui. You take the money, don't come to such a place to sell it in the future.
No.
We are just classmates. How can I collect your money, and still so much? Wang Shui waved her hand quickly. It's okay. You are a good girl. You shouldn't be tainted by this, especially because of money. After all, Lin Yun directly gave Wang Shui the money. Don't worry, I won't tell my classmates about the matter tonight. I will leave first. Lin Yun smiled at Wang Shui. After speaking, Lin Yun turned and left. Lin Yun. Wang Shui looked at the back of Lin Yun leaving, and then at the 20,000 yuan in her hand. Her eyes were complicated. After leaving the bar, Lin Yun was going to take a ride back. At the same time, Lin Yun also pondered that since he is so rich now, he must buy a car. Most boys have dreams of cars, especially luxury cars. Once Lin Yun looked at the luxury cars on the road. How envious. However, Lin Yun at that time did not dare to want to buy a car. And now, as the grandson of the richest man in the Southwest, not to mention buying a car, buying an airplane is not a problem. Boom! At this moment, a black business car suddenly stopped in front of Lin Yun. The door opened and 4 big men in black rushed down. Boy, get me in. The 4 big men in black couldn't help but push Lin Yun into the car. Immediately afterwards, the black commercial vehicle drove away from the scene quickly. Inside a black business car. Who are you? Looking at the 4 big men in black in front of him, Lin Yun had an ominous premonition in his heart. Boy, you don't need to know who we are. You just need to know. We will drag you to a place where no one is, and then beat you into a vegetable, said the bald man. After Lin Yun heard the words, his face suddenly changed. Although Lin Yun is now the top 3 richest generations, Lin Yun does not know how to martial arts. Are you from the Wu family and his son? Or Zhang Hu? Lin Yun frowned and asked. Lin Yun can only think of these 2 enemies. Shut up. The bald man glared at Lin Yun. Lin Yun gritted his teeth and said, no matter who it is, how much they give you, I will double it. You go and grab the messenger for me. I told you to shut up, didn't you hear? We also need to talk about professional ethics in this industry, understand? The bald man glared at Lin Yun again. 5 times. I will give you 5 times the money. Lin Yun stretched out 5 fingers. 5 times. The other 3 big men in black were immediately moved after hearing the 5 times the price. The bald guy was a little moved. Lin Yun spoke again. Let's do it, 10 times, and I don't need you to grab the instigator. Just tell me who is the instigator. 10 times. Big brother. He gave him 10 times. We don't need to do anything. The other 3 big men in black couldn't sit still. The bald man couldn't help asking, can you really give us 10 times the price? The sponsor paid us 1 million, and 10 times is 10 million. 10 million? No problem. Lin Yun nodded. Okay, deal. The bald man immediately applauded. With a lot of money, the so-called professional ethics is completely vulnerable. Lin Yun immediately transferred 5 million to them. After receiving the bank message, the bald man naturally laughed from ear to ear. Now, you can tell me, who instigated you? Lin Yun asked. It's Wu Daong. The bald man said his name directly. Wu Daong. Lin Yun narrowed his eyes, and there was a chill in his eyes. After Lin Yun transferred the remaining 5 million to the bald man, they also kept their promise and put Lin Yun down from the car. After the black business car left, father and son of the Wu family, it seems that you are really looking for death. The killing intent surged in Lin Yun's eyes. Originally, after Lin Yun fired the Wu family and his son, he didn't intend to trouble them anymore, but they wanted to hire a murderer to kill Lin Yun. This is absolutely unbearable. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun took out the phone and called the new general manager Lu Bo. Lu Bo, I'm on Tianlin Road now. You drive over to pick me up. I have something to discuss with you. Half an hour later, a Mercedes-Benz stopped in front of Lin Yun and Lu Bo got out of the car. Chairman, why are you in such a desolate place so late? Lu Bo asked in surprise. Get in the car and talk. Lin Yun got into the car directly. After getting in the car, Lin Yun told Lu Bo directly about what had just happened. This Wu Daong is really bold. Lu Bo gritted his teeth angrily after listening to Lin Yun's words. By the way, the chairman of the board of directors, the Wu family and his son have been corrupted a lot during these years. I have collected evidence from the company. As long as the report is reported, it is not a problem to sentence him and his son for more than 10 years. All of the above. Really? Then let his father and son go in and regret it. Let you do this. Lin Yun said with squinting eyes. Originally, Lin Yun wanted to get rid of the Wu family and his son, but after another thought, it would be good to let them go to prison and let them spend the rest of their lives in regret. The chairman can rest assured, I will do it.
Lu Bo promised.
By the way, Lu Bo, Hongda Building Materials Company, is one of our material suppliers, right? Lin Yun asked. Hongda Building Materials Company is the company of Lin Yun's classmate Zhang Hu. Yes.
Lu Bo nodded.
If we sever cooperation with him, will it have a big impact on our company? Lin Yun asked. It doesn't matter. Just change to a building material company. Many building material companies are vying to supply us with materials. This Hongda building material bribed the Wu family and his son before reaching a cooperation with our company. Lu Bo said. Okay, I see. Lin Yun nodded. By the way, the chairman, the news of your new company is known to many partners. They all want to meet your new chairman, including the Hongda Building Materials Company you just mentioned. Lu Bo said. After a pause, Lu Bo continued. So, I am going to hold a small cocktail party to invite the bosses of these companies together. When the time comes, the chairman of the board will be present. When meeting them, what do you think of the chairman? Yes, you can arrange it. Lin Yun nodded. Immediately afterwards, Lu Bo drove Lin Yun back to the school. As for the reception time, Lu Bo was scheduled for this Saturday. Zhongzhou. Inside the Lu family manor. Lone Wolf, are you sure that my grandson is safe? Father Lu Zhizhong asked on the phone. Master, I'm sure. I have been following young Master Lin Yun's car. Young Master has been sent back to school. A hoarse voice came on the phone. Very well. Do you know what means my grandson used to escape from the gangster? Old man Lu asked. Master, I don't know this either. Replied on the phone. After a pause, the man on the phone asked, Master, should I go and kill the Wu family father and son for the young master? No, let my grandson solve it by himself. This is also an exercise for him. Lone Wolf, you just continue to protect his safety secretly. Lu Zhizhong said. After hanging up the phone, Master, young Master Lin Yun is quite capable. He actually used his own ability to solve this trouble. I thought the Lone Wolf had to take action. Secretary Zhang said with a smile. Yeah, I don't think he can solve it. I didn't expect him to resolve the crisis himself. TSK, very good. Old man Lu stroked his beard, with a satisfied smile on his face. I really want to know what methods the young master used to resolve this crisis. Secretary Zhang curiously asked. Haha, I want to know too. I must ask him next time. Old man Lu laughed. The next morning, inside Wu's villa, Wu Xiao and Fei Fei sat in the living room. Wu Xiao, can you really see Lin Yun that today? Fei Fei said. Don't worry, this time he is absolutely finished. Wu Xiao smiled. He thought that his plan with his dad was seamless. At this time, Wu Daong walked down from upstairs. Why there is no news yet, and the bald call can't be reached. Wu Daong looked a little anxious. According to their plan, the big bald guy they hired should have solved you last night. But there is no news until now. And Wu Daong discovered that the bald man's phone turned off. When Wu Xiao couldn't get through the phone, he became worried.
Dad, no.
Could something have happened, right? Wu Xiao worried. Probably not. Our plan is absolutely seamless. Maybe the bald cell phone is dead. So wait. Wu Daong said. Boom boom. At this moment, a knock on the door sounded. It must be the bald head who came back to life. I will open the door. Wu Xiao hurriedly went to open the door. Wu Daong hurriedly followed. After the door is opened, it was Lu Bo's figure that caught the eye.
Lu Bo.
Why are you? Wu Daong and Wu Xiao were surprised. 2. Chairman Lin Yun asked me to bring you a message. He is very good now. Your little tricks are too far behind to deal with him. Lu Bo said with a smile. You? What did you say? Is he okay? Wu Daong and Wu Xiao both stared in surprise. They couldn't imagine how Lin Yun escaped with their own seamless plan. Yes, he is fine, but you anger him, so you should be done.
Lu Bo sneered.
Boom! Suddenly, 7 or 8 men in police uniform filled the place from both sides and controlled all the Wu family father and son and Fei Fei. What are you doing? Yes, what are you doing? Wu Daong and Wu Xiaojin both yelled. Fei Fei inside the house was even more frightened and turned blue. Wu Daong, how much your father and son have been greedy in the company these years, don't you know it in your heart? I already have the evidence, and now is the time to arrest you. Such a large amount is enough for you to squat in it for half a lifetime.
Dao.
What? Wu Daong was shocked again. Of course he knew how much money he was greedy for the company. Originally, Chairman Lin only intended to fire you, and did not continue to pursue you. But you do not know what is good or bad, but you still want to kill the chairman, you are calling your own death. Lu Bo said coldly. Dad, what to do? What to do? I don't want to go inside. I don't want to. Xiao Wu, who was handcuffed, was terrified. Snapped. You are ashamed to say, if you hadn't robbed Lin Yun's girlfriend, would this be the case? Wu Daong slapped Wu Xiao's face severely. People take away. The leading police uniform man waved his hand and directly took the Wu family father and son away from the villa. Standing in the villa, Fei Fei was completely stunned when she saw the Wu family and his son being taken away. For Fei Fei, if Wu Xiao goes to jail, she will completely lose everything. At this time, Fei Fei felt regretful in her heart. She regretted throwing Lin Yun away with Wu Xiao. If she hadn't thrown Lin Yun away, she would be the chairman's wife now. It's a pity that the world does not regret selling medicines. On the other side, Lin Yun did not go to class in the morning, but went straight to the car 4S shop, preparing to buy a car. As a boy, although Lin Yun used to be poor, he still knows the number of cars. As for what car to buy, Lin Yun already had an idea in his mind. Lamborghini 4S store entrance. That's it. Lin Yun smiled slightly. Once Lin Yun saw a Lamborghini supercar on the road, the appearance of the pull-wind suddenly attracted Lin Yun, so that it is still fresh in his memory. Lin Yun was certain that it was the most beautiful car he had ever seen. At that time, Lin Yun had imagined that if he could own this car, it would be great. But Lin Yun knew that a poor boy like himself would never be able to afford it for the rest of his life. And now, as the grandson of the richest man in the Southwest, Lin Yun definitely has enough funds to make his dream come true. So when he was about to buy a car, Lin Yun's first thought was to buy a Lamborghini Daniel and complete the dream he once had. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun walked directly towards the store. This kind of luxury car 4S store usually has few customers, and the store is also very deserted. There are no other customers. After all, there are few people who can afford a Lamborghini. Wait a minute. As soon as he arrived at the door, a male salesman standing at the door stopped Lin Yun. Hey, you are Lin Yun? The male salesman recognized Lin Yun at a glance. You are? Lin Yun found that this male salesman was familiar. I'm Chonggang, your elementary school classmate. Don't you remember? The male salesman said with a smile. When Lin Yun heard him say his name, he remembered it all at once. Chonggang, you seem to be a good mess. Lin Yun said with a smile. Not bad. Chonggang deliberately straightened his chest. Chonggang saw that Lin Yun was wearing a full suit to sell goods. He immediately concluded that Lin Yun must be miserable now, at least much worse than him. So when he was in front of Lin Yun, he naturally felt very arrogant and very face. Immediately afterwards, Chonggang looked at Lin Yun and said with a smile, By the way, Lin Yun, why are you here? You are not here to apply? We are selling luxury cars here, and we may not recruit employees with low taste. Although Chonggang was smiling, his tone was somewhat despised. I'm afraid you made a mistake. I came here to buy a car. Lin Yun said lightly. What did you say? Are you here to buy a car? Chonggang's voice became sharp from surprise. Next moment, puff. Chonggang and the salespeople nearby couldn't help but laugh. Those who come to them to buy a car are either rich or expensive. How can there be a kid wearing a suit like this? Lin Yun, we are a Lamborghini 4S store here. We sell luxury cars here, not a place to sell bicycles.
Chonggang sighed.
Lin Yun frowned. Of course I know this is a Lamborghini 4S store. I did come here to buy a car. Why? Isn't it welcome? Lin Yun could feel that Chonggang looked down on himself. Of course we welcome it, but are you sure you can afford the car here? Chonggang smiled disdainfully. Several salespeople around have also spoken. Boy, do you know that our cars here are more than 1 million? Yes, just because of you. Would you be someone who can afford a Lamborghini? What a joke. They would rather believe that there are ghosts in the world than believe that a kid wearing a street stall can afford a Lamborghini. A group of dogs look at people inferior things. What Lin Yun hates most is this kind of discrimination against the poor. Boy, what are you talking about? After hearing Lin Yun's words, the salesmen nearby were immediately unhappy. In front of the local tyrants, they were all pretending to be grandchildren, but in front of a boy wearing a street stall, they were not afraid. Brothers, this is my old classmate in elementary school. Let me come to receive him. Chonggang waved to these salesmen. Chonggang, this kid can't afford a Lamborghini at first glance. Are you sure you want to waste time receiving him? Several salesmen looked questioned. Chonggang smiled and leaned in front of these salesmen and said in a low voice, Isn't he trying to pretend to be big money? Then I will make him unable to pretend, and I will see how he ends up later. According to Chonggang's guess, Lin Yun was 80% here to apply for sales, but after seeing his old classmate, Lin Yun pretended that he was here to buy a car in order to save face. In that case, Chonggang's idea is to follow the flow of the boat. Didn't you say that you want to buy a car? Then I'll show you the car. I see you can buy it with the money you can't get, then I see how you can install it. When Lin Yun couldn't pretend, Chonggang was ready to ridicule and satirize Lin Yun. Immediately afterwards, Chonggang smiled and looked at Lin Yun and asked, Lin Yun, tell me what car you want to see. Lamborghini is a big cow. Lin Yun did not hesitate. Big cow? Everyone was shocked again, and then they covered their mouths and laughed again. Daniel is Lamborghini's flagship sports car. The naked car costs 7 or 8 million. Those who can afford this car are definitely the top rich second generation in Xinjiang. After Chonggang smiled, he said, Okay, then I will show you the car. After speaking, Chonggang took Lin Yun to the exhibition hall, and the few salesmen present also followed, ready to watch Lin Yun's jokes. Under the leadership of Chonggang, Lin Yun came to an orange Lamborghini Bull. This appearance, this color, has a Dora style. It's still so good. Lin Yun stared at the Bull, nodded in satisfaction. The supercar that I had imagined is now in front of me, and it is at my fingertips. What is the specific price of this car? Lin Yun looked at Chonggang. The price of a naked car is 7.55 million. After Chonggang reported the price, he hugged his arms and prepared to watch Lin Yun's jokes. Chonggang could imagine that Lin Yun would be dumbfounded by this price. 7.5 million? It's okay, not expensive. Lin Yun waved his hand indifferently, as if he didn't put the money in his eyes. It's okay, not expensive? Poof. The few salesmen next to them, covering their mouths again, snickered. Chonggang also sneered and said, Lin Yun, you don't know exactly. What is 7.55 million? Of course I know. It's just a small amount of money. Lin Yun disagrees. What? Little money? Ha. The several salesmen watching the show next to him, as well as Chonggang, finally couldn't help laughing. A kid wearing a street vendor said that 7 or 8 million is a small amount of money. They felt this was a big joke. Chonggang finally couldn't bear it anymore. Lin Yun, I said you were too capable of pretending, right? You said it was a small amount of money, right? Okay, if you have the ability, you can take the money out. If you can spend so much money, I will eat a ton of shit. Chonggang smiled in his heart. I see how you pretend. That is, I have the ability to get the money out. Other sales also echoed. How could Lin Yun not know the thoughts in Chonggang's heart? You can swipe your card. Lin Yun directly took out the bank card in his pocket. This is the firm's diamond card? When Lin Yun took out the card, several salespeople present couldn't help but exclaim, because they clearly recognized that the card in Lin Yun's hand is the diamond card of the firm, and it is the highest level VIP card issued by the firm. You must deposit more than tens of millions in the card to get this card. This type of card was used by distinguished customers in the past to buy cars. After Chonggang saw this card, he was stunned. He only felt a basin of cold water poured on him, numb from head to toe. Being able to hold this card is enough to show that Lin Yun is definitely not a poor boy, but a rich master. 7.55 million. Swipe the card. I won't bargain, and I don't lack that. Lin Yun handed the card to Chonggang. You. Chonggang's eyes widened, looking at Lin Yun like a monster. He never dreamed that Lin Yun could take out the diamond card. Why are you still stunned? Pick up the card. Lin Yun frowned. Yes. Chonggang quickly stretched out his trembling hands and took this heavy diamond card. His face looked a little pale. At this moment, where did he dare to show no respect to Lin Yun? Immediately afterwards, Chonggang held the bank card and hurried to the manager's office. Lin Yun turned his gaze to the salesman next to him. These salesmen were so scared that their faces turned pale, and at the same time they lowered their heads, not daring to look at Lin Yun. After all, they had laughed at Lin Yun before. They can't imagine how a person who can hold a diamond card from a firm can afford to settle accounts with them. 1 minute later, a middle-aged man with a big belly ran out quickly. Hello, Mr. Lin. I am the manager of our store, and I warmly welcome you to our store. The middle-aged man smiled. A warm welcome? Haha, so far, no one has asked me to sit. No one pours me a glass of water, but since I entered the store, the sales staff of your store have been sneer at me. This is called a warm welcome? Lin Yun shook his head and sneered. After the manager heard the words, his face suddenly became gloomy. What are you doing for food? Even dare to neglect the distinguished guests. and quickly apologized to the distinguished guests. The manager snapped at these salesmen. "Mr. Lin, I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
These salesmen quickly apologized to Lin Yun. The manager continued to yell at them. "You guys, all bonuses will be deducted this year. What are you doing here? Hurry up and pour coffee for the distinguished guests." "Yes, yes." After a few sales nodded, he quickly turned and ran away. At this time, Chonggang came back here with his bank card, but his face was ugly in panic. "Chonggang, is the card done?" Lin Yunfeng looked at Chonggang lightly. "Swipe, it's done. 7.55 million. Credit card successfully." Chonggang lowered his head and handed the bank card back to Lin Yun with both hands. At this time, Chonggang was still tumbling with the stormy waves in his heart. He never expected that Lin Yun, a formerly humble old classmate, would really become a local tyrant. Although he couldn't believe how Lin Yun did it, this is an indisputable fact. Of course, he is more nervous, fearful, afraid. Lin Yun took the card and said at the same time, "Chonggang, if I remember correctly, you just said something here. If I can buy a car with 7.55 million, you will eat a ton of shit, right?" Chonggang's facial muscles twitched suddenly, and he secretly asked, should Lin Yun really want him to fulfill his promise? Lin Yun, I was just talking about it." Chonggang squeezed an ugly smile. "Really? Then you taunted me intentionally or unintentionally, and even wanted to see me jokes? What is that? You won't tell me? It's a joke? I'm not a fool." Lin Yun sneered. After hearing this, Chonggang's expression changed drastically. He knew that Lin Yun could afford a Rolls-Royce, which meant that he had already become so violent. How could he afford it? What's more, Lin Yun bought a Lamborghini here. As long as this member of the shop, Lin Yun, can get him expelled with a word. "Lin Yun, I was wrong. I apologize to you. For the sake of one of our classmates, you just forgave me." Chonggang begged for mercy again and again in horror. "Sorry, when we were in the same class, we didn't know you well, so don't make friends with me." Lin Yun sneered. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun looked at the manager. "Manager, I don't want to see this person appear in front of me." "No problem." The manager nodded with a smile. Immediately afterwards, the manager turned around and screamed at Chonggang. "Chonggang, I announce that you have been fired. Get out of here immediately." "Open fired?" When Chonggang heard these two words, his heart suddenly fell into the abyss. It's hard for Chonggang to find this good job, so it's gone? At this time, Chonggang finally regretted it. He was thinking, if he didn't choose to mock and entertain Lin Yun at the beginning, but instead treated Lin Yun enthusiastically, what happened? The manager directly called the security guard not far away and drove Chonggang out. "In the shop, I have already paid the money. Can this car be driven away?" Lin Yun said to the manager. "Mr. Lin, the car still has some formalities to go through. We will do it for you. We will not drive off until we finish it. It takes about 1 day." The manager said with a smile. "Okay, after you finish it, send it to me directly. I'll leave first." Lin Yun said lightly. "No problem. I'll send Mr. Lin." The manager followed Lin Yun with a smile on his face and sent him away. After coming out of the 4S shop, Lin Yun returned to the school directly. In classrooms, Zhang Hu did not come to class today, and 80% of them are still in the hospital. In addition, the donations of the mysterious local tyrant students continue to ferment in the school. Everyone in the school knows about it, but no one knows the specific identity of this mysterious local tyrant. When Lin Yun went to class, he found 20,000 yuan and a piece of paper pressed in the desk. Lin Yun opened the note. "Lin Yun, thank you for your kindness. I can't ask for this money without merit." Although the note was not signed, Lin Yun knew that it was left by the monitor Wang Shui, and that the money was exactly the money Lin Yun gave her last night. This little girl doesn't even want the money to be delivered to the door? TSK, interesting. Lin Yun couldn't help but smile. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun raised her head to look at Wang Shui, who was sitting in the forefront. She was reading at this time. Lin Yun couldn't help sighing inwardly that there is a world of difference between her and her ex-girlfriend. At this moment, Lin Yun suddenly realized that he seemed to be interested in Wang Shui. At this time, the fat guy at the table with Lin Yun patted Lin Yun. Lin Yun, why are you staring at monitor Wang Shui all the time? Wouldn't you like her? You kid. You should know that you have a girlfriend. I have broken up with Fei Fei just the day before yesterday. Lin Yun replied. What? You broke up? Why? The fat man looked surprised. She hates me for being poor. Lin Yun spread his hands. Damn, I said why you were so strange these past 2 days. It turns out that you were broken in love. The fat man suddenly realized. Lin Yun like this, I will entertain you for a drink at night. The fat man patted Lin Yun on the shoulder. The fat man thought that Lin Yun had broken up in love, and he must be in a bad mood. He had to accompany Lin Yun for a few drinks.
Yes.
Lin Yun nodded in response. At 8 o'clock in the evening, taste the entrance of the bar. As soon as Lin Yun entered the bar, deafening music came to his ears. To be honest, Lin Yun didn't really like this environment. Now is the time when the bar business is booming, so there are many people in the bar. After entering the bar, Lin Yun here? The fat man waved to Lin Yun again and again. Lin Yun nodded, then walked quickly to where the fat man was. As soon as Lin Yun sat down, the fat man leaned into Lin Yun's ear and whispered, Lin Yun, aren't you broken in love? Let me introduce you to a beautiful woman. Let's turn over the old calendar. Lin Yun realized that after hearing this, it turned out that the fat man invited himself to a bar to drink because he was afraid that he would not come out of the shadow of broken love, so he introduced himself to the person. After Lin Yun heard the words, a wry smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Fatty's worries were absolutely unnecessary. Of course, Lin Yun must still be a little moved in his heart. In addition to the fat man, there are 2 young women on the table, both dressed very beautifully. One of the young women was Fatty's girlfriend named Zhou Mei. As for the other girl, Lin Yun had never seen her. Her name was Gua Xiaoxiao, who was the person Fatty wanted to introduce to Lin Yun. Lin Yun, hurry up and say hello to the girls. The fat man poked Lin Yun with his elbow. Hello, my name is Lin Yun. Lin Yun took the initiative to stretch out his hand. Although Lin Yun is not interested in the girl in front of him, he still wants to give the fat man face, right? Gua Xiaoxiao took a look at Lin Yun. After seeing Lin Yun's dress, he curled his lips. A flash of disappointment flashed across Xiao's face. My name is Gua Xiaoxiao. Gua Xiaoxiao responded casually and did not choose to shake hands with Lin Yun. Lin Yun shook his head and smiled bitterly, and at the same time put his hand back. He could naturally see that Gua Xiaoxiao looked down on him a little, so he didn't even hold his hand. At this time, Fatty's girlfriend Zhou Mei said, Fatty, you said you want to introduce Xiao Xiao's boyfriend. Who should I be? Lin Yun, who has been doing it for a long time, then tell Xiao Xiao about Lin Yun's family situation. Lin Yun suddenly frowned when he heard the words. This week, Zhou Mei knew that Lin Yun's family was poor, but she took the initiative to use it as an example, apparently trying to satirize Lin Yun as a poor boy. For this Zhou Mei, Lin Yun has never had a good impression, and she is not a light-saving lamp. Lin Yun told the fat man before that he had better not be with Zhou Mei. It's a pity that the fat man was dazzled by love and didn't listen to Lin Yun. I am the child of a poor family, and the family is poor, and there is nothing to introduce. Lin Yun said while sipping his wine. The fat man realized the embarrassment of the atmosphere, so he hurriedly spoke up to make a round. Although my brother Lin Yun's family background is not very good, he has always been doing well in his studies. He will definitely find a good job after graduation, and his future will certainly not be bad. Gua Xiaoxiao sneered and said, Hee hee, just an ordinary 2-book. What good job can you find? Even if you struggle for a lifetime, you can't compare with the finger of the rich second generation. Zhou Mei also hurriedly agreed. That is, recently there was a mysterious local tyrant student in our school who donated 10 million to the school casually. A family like Lin Yun, even if he works hard for a lifetime, can't match it. Of course I can't compare to that mysterious local tyrant. Lin Yun smiled. Lin Yun wanted to say that I donated it, but after another thought, they wouldn't believe it when he said it, but would laugh at himself for bragging, so Lin Yun didn't say it. If you are a little self-aware, do you know our Gua Xiaoxiao's family? Don't be afraid to tell you that her family runs a company. Are you with Lin Yun? Zhou Mei said proudly. Sorry, she is not good enough for me. Lin Yun said lightly. Nowadays, Lin Yun, as the grandson of the richest man in the Southwest, and a small daughter who runs a company at home, Lin Yun really looks down upon him. What? You said we Xiao are not worthy of you as a bun? You can even say such things? Do you still have a face? Zhou Mei seemed to have heard the shameless words in her life. Gua Xiao's face also showed unpleasant color. Even a soil bun would dare to say that she was not good enough? This made her very unhappy. Gua Xiao took out an invitation. Boy, do you know what this invitation is? The invitation letter from the Qingyang branch of China Ting Group. I'm afraid you won't be able to go to this high-end cocktail party in your life. Gua Xiao looked proud. Wow, Huading Group's reception, I really envy it. Zhou Mei looked envied. There is no need to say how famous Huading Group is in the 3 southwestern provinces. Even the invitation of Qingyang branch is very, very awesome in their eyes. Moreover, the Qingyang branch of China Ting Group has a very high reputation and status in Qingyang. In the eyes of Zhou Mei and others, they need to look up to exist. After Lin Yun heard the words, he couldn't help showing a playful smile. Lin Yun himself is the chairman of the Qingyang branch of Huading Group, but Gua Xiao did not expect that Gua Xiao would even show off to him by showing off an invitation letter. Gua Xiao, are you going to attend this cocktail party on Saturday? Maybe we will meet then. Lin Yun said with a smile. Lin Yun is the host of this cocktail party. If Gua Xiao is going to attend this cocktail party, it is inevitable to meet Lin Yun. Just Lin Yun was thinking about what kind of expression Gua Xiao would look like when she discovered that she was the new chairman of the Qingyang branch. Meet you? How could it be? Are you qualified to go in? Gua Xiao sneered disdainfully. It's not necessarily. In case he goes to the hotel as a cleaner, maybe he is qualified to go in. Zhou Mei covered her mouth and smiled. Okay, don't say it. Let's go dancing on the dance floor. Seeing that the atmosphere is not right, the fat man suggested dancing to ease the atmosphere. I'm partnering with Zhou Mei, Lin Yun and Gua Xiao. Let's go with you too. The fat man suggested. Sorry, he doesn't deserve to dance with me. Gua Xiao looked cold, and she didn't even look at Lin Yun. After speaking, Gua Xiao got up and walked on the dance floor alone. The fat man looked embarrassed. He originally wanted to introduce Lin Yun's girlfriend, but he didn't expect to do something wrong with his kind intentions. Lin Yun is really embarrassed. I didn't expect this to happen. The fat man apologized. It's okay, fat guy. Lin Yun patted the fat man on the shoulder. Lin Yun knew that his original intention was good. He wanted to help himself. In the end, the fat man did not go to dance on the dance floor, but accompanied Lin Yun to drink. During this period, Lin Yun also received a call from the Rolls-Royce 4S store. Because the bar is very noisy, Lin Yun even went to the toilet to answer the phone. The 4S shop said that all the procedures have been completed and asked Lin Yun where and how long to send the car. Lin Yun thought for a while and asked the 4S shop to deliver the car directly to the entrance of the bar, and he would be able to drive it later. About half an hour later, Gua Xiao returned from the dance floor. It's really boring to play today, let's go, Gua Xiao said. After leaving the bar, a brand new orange Lamborghini Bull, parked in front of the bar, was the one Lin Yun saw in the 4S shop in the morning. Such a super sports car is placed here. Of course it is very eye-catching. Wow, so cool Lamborghini. It's so beautiful. Which young master's Lamborghini is this? The car parked in front of the bar, indicating that the owner is in the bar right now? If anyone is lucky, maybe he can climb this young master tonight. If I could drive such a car, it would be so cool. There were many young men and women around the car. Many people were talking and taking out their phones to take pictures. There are even some beauties who just waited here, waiting for the car owner to appear. They were ready to hook up the car owner. Lamborghini Daniel has the nickname of a nightclub killer, which is definitely not groundless. In southern cities like Qingyang, there are definitely not many rich second generations who can drive such luxury cars. Wow, Lamborghini. When Gua Xiao and Zhou Mei saw the car, they both couldn't help exclaiming, if my boyfriend could have a car like this, it would be great. It will definitely save face when driving out. Zhou Mei, the fat girlfriend, envied. Don't dream about it. The naked car is 7 or 8 million. I'm afraid I can't afford it in my life. The fat man shook his head and smiled bitterly. Gua Xiao also envied. I don't know who the owner of this car is. If I could get to know it, it would be great.